Hi, and welcome to our second episode of Watch What's Happening Legacy. I'll be your host again, Mr. Ousley, and we'll start off with some announcements. The first is that Mexican Independence Day will be this Tuesday, September 16th. Students are free to come dressed in their best Mexican gear. We are a healthy eating school, and we just wanted to remind parents that if you're sending food for your child, make sure that it fits our guidelines, which are available in the school handbook. No chips, no cookies, and no deep fried food. Thank you. Communication logs should be sent home every day, so make sure you're checking your child's B folder for those, signing and replying back to any notes that your teacher may send as well. The Fall Carnival wristbands go on sale September 26th. Watch out for the date for the Fall Carnival. It is our only carnival this year and should be a blast. And last but not least, the second Friday of every month at both 7 a.m. and 3:30 p.m., Ms. Raza will be holding a KPA meeting. We are in Molly Fry's awesome second grade classroom today, filming, and I absolutely love your classroom. Before we get started with our actual interview, I just wanted to ask you, what do you like most about your room?
Thank you, Mr. Ousley. What I really enjoy about my room this year is just the color.
Yeah.
I really wanted to focus on making a colorful room, a room that we could all enjoy being in, since we do spend a lot of time in here.
Yeah, totally. I love it. It's definitely inviting, and every time I come in here, I get a great feeling. Each one of our rooms at Legacy is really different, so what makes your room successful?
I think that what makes our room successful is just that everything, I was trying to be very intentional when I would put everything in the room in terms of where everything went. Back here I have storage for each student. I wanted to make sure that everyone knew exactly what they needed and where they could find it. And so each student has their own container where they can find all their supplies. They know exactly what they need to have at their desk and when they can use those things. So just being aware of what they, where they can find all the things that they need.
Excellent. What do you have in your room that you think our parents could recreate at home, or that you would like to see at home?
Great, yes. So one thing that I think is really important to have in every home, and something that I really love having in our room, is just a space to read. I wanted to have a space with lights, so we could turn on the lights, just make it a relaxing space for students. We have plenty of books at different levels for students to choose from, and just a comfortable spot for them to sit.
That's awesome. It looks really, really great. And then the last question, what do you want parents to know about teachers here at Legacy and the job that we do?
Yes, I think that the biggest thing I want parents to know is just how much we care about their students and just how much I enjoy working with them, and how I'm always wanting to know more about my students, how I can best serve them individually. So just anything they can share with me about how I can best serve their child, I would really appreciate.
That's awesome. Well, I'm super impressed with your room, and I'm super impressed with the work that you're doing here at Legacy for all of our trailblazers. And we'll come back and talk with you and Miss Elliott about number bonds and how you can use those at home. Thank you. 2.5 years ago, when I started working here at Legacy, I was really excited to teach reading, writing, and math. But then, I was very confused. I was expected to teach my students about number bonds, something I had never heard of. And I'm sure you at home have never heard of number bonds either. We get lots of calls from parents who are just really confused about the type of work that we're sending home with their students. They were expecting reading, writing, and arithmetic, just the way that they learned it when they were in school. And in all honesty, until I came to Legacy, that's how I taught it too. So we're going to demystify number bonds for you today and show why they're an important way to teach your student mathematics. I'm joined today by my really good friends and esteemed colleagues, Miss Elliott and Miss Fry. Again, we're in her room, and Miss Elliott's on my team, so I'm really excited that she gets to explain number bonds because she's really, really good at it. Okay? Alrighty, so let's just start out with the basics. What is a number bond, Miss Elliott?
Well, a number bond is basically just a picture or diagram that shows the relationship between two parts and their whole.
Excellent. And then how do you introduce number bonds to your students?
Well, first you want to start with something very concrete. So what I do is I take like a block of 10 and then just break it into two parts. So students can see that now I still have 10 together, but their parts are 3 and 7. If you don't have blocks, you can use beans, noodles, rice, anything.
Excellent.
So,
Perfect. And then how would you take this number sentence, the 7 plus 3 equals 10, and then plug it into the different parts of the number bond?
well, the first thing you want to do is put in your whole. So remember that 7 and 3 make 10 together. So I would put 10 up here. And then the two parts would be my 3 and my 7. So I would put my 3 down here and my 7 down here.
A lot of my students oftentimes get confused about where the numbers actually go. So why would this number bond be wrong if I switch the places of the 10 and the 3?
Well, this is interesting because it's called a number bond because it bonds the numbers together. What you want to be very specific with your student is start on the beginning of the line, and where the lines connect, that's always going to be your hole, because the 3 and 7 have to connect to make 10, which is why if 7 was here, it would be 3 and 10, but they don't make 7.
Nice, yeah. Actually, that was a really good explanation. I might use that on Monday. How do number bonds look different in 2nd grade, Ms. Fry?
Great, yeah. So we pretty much just use what students already know about number bonds and add on to it in 2nd grade. So we might take a problem that looks similar, 57 plus 3. And at the core, it has 7 plus 3, which students are able to find after learning that in 1st grade. So what we would do in 2nd grade is we would break 57 apart into a number bond, into 2 parts of 50, which is the 10s, and 7, which is the 1s. Then students are able to see that 7 plus 3, something they already know, 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. They take that 10 and they quickly add it to 50 to make 60. So it's just a quicker way of students being able to add bigger numbers.
Excellent, nice. How can parents use number bonds at home to make teaching math easier for their students or to help them with their homework that we send?
Well, obviously knowing number bonds at home is going to help your students with number bonds on their homework. A good way is just to constantly, for example, if you were giving your student cereal or something, just take a few and then put it together and then break it apart, and you ask them to do a number bond for it.
Nice, that's excellent. Ms. Fry?
I think another good idea, especially if they enter into upper school, is asking students different word problems, just even, that doesn't have to be written, just out loud, and having them form a number bond so they can make the connection of what the relationship is between the numbers.
Excellent. Well, we hope this has been really helpful for you, and please let us know if we can explain number bonds any further. Your teacher's numbers are at the top of their communication logs, and they'd be happy to help. Thank you so much for tuning in again this week for Watch What's Happening Legacy. I should probably know the name of my own show. Thank you for tuning again this week to Watch What's Happening Legacy, and if you are interested in seeing our Spanish version, check Laura's out right after this.